DJ all the way. It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, running back David Johnson, fresh off 100 yards on the ground a week ago, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they, too, were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
No question at all about his talent, and that's been on display since his first game as a starter at Florida State. On a Monday night, the whole country watching, he only missed 2 passes in the entire game and led his team to a big victory and later a national championship as a freshman.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jameis to throw it. And he rifles one incomplete. Trying to get that one to his running back, Marlon Mack. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. The offensive starters now for the Jets.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bengals get ready for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, out of Eastern Illinois.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. And complete to Zach Ertz. That catch good for 5. It's third down. We'll look now at the defensive starters for the Jets. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. So much for picking it up on the ground on third down. Third play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here that if you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Winston. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Quick throw here to Hilton. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. A look there at the defensive starters for Cincinnati. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
On 3rd down, Winston. Looking deep for Hilton. And that pass is going to be intercepted by the All-Pro DB Desmond King. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Seth Roberts, 95 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So from back deep in their home territory all the way into the end zone. Do you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard on the 3rd down throw, and that leads to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week, there isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Here we go. Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Nowhere to go that time.
Here we go.
He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. New York set to take the field. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, Make it a one-receiver route and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A look at the numbers for Mack from last week. 13 carries, 56 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
On second down now, it's Mack. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Yeah, he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Let's go,
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Here we go. 180. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. On second down, Johnson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180. 36. Back the pass.
Going quickly here to Thomas. That throw good for 4. It's second down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo. And that's incomplete.
Here we go.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one. Angling for the sideline. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. On play action, Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Justin Houston make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Jets on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he finds McDonald. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a carry for Bernard. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
A quick throw there out to Williams. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Working out of the gun, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
But no takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw, Winston. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation instead. Tried to get all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there.
He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. On the return is Peterson. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you've got a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down. They'll run on first down. Mack. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. From the 45 on second down. Winston. He's got it to Hilton. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They run the draw play with Mack. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher third down looming.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Jets on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. Winston now from the 50. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Al Woods, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Here's the Jets punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And, oh, that is going to be a safety.
Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick.
All day, baby, let's go! Let's go!
And a look now at the game so far for Jameis Winston. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now Winston. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
On first down, it's Mack. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From midfield now on 2nd down. Winston got his man. It's Williams. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. And it's 2nd down. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's the Jets punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. They've got the lead. They haven't really had to utilize him all that much so far, but I guess if you're winning on the scoreboard, not too much to complain about.
Not at all, but you know those guys out wide. They want as many catches as they can possibly get. They may need him later on if things get a little tighter.
Yeah, so far 2 catches. We'll see what happens here as the game progresses. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Screen play, Johnson. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Set the tone, defense, let's go. Check 20.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. They're going to try the Jets sweep on 3rd and long. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 1st and 10, Winston going up top, and that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Off the play fake, Winston. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. T.Y. Hilton once again the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get